Hello friends, welcome to my channel The Lens India Professional Photography and this series of Mastering Lightroom CC. So we have already covered many topics, and this particular topic we will be covering about the tab in the develop module, that is the Hsl Color Tab. So let's try to understand what this Hsl Color Tab means. So if you open the tab, this is the default view what is available in the Lightroom. Now, if you see, there are mainly three tabs available: hue, saturation, and luminance, and there is last one called as all. So we can customize this layout based on our convenience, so that the overall workflow becomes very convenient for the user. So what this particular tab does is, now since this has hue, saturation, and luminance, so we can adjust the hue of the overall image. So we can make it more surreal by adjusting the sliders, color sliders what we have over here. So in hue, if you can see, we have red, orange, yellow, green, aqua, blue, purple, and magenta. So if we move on to the saturation, the same sliders we have, and the same thing is available with the luminance. Now, one thing what we can notice here is that we have saturation tab available here, and if you remember and recollect that when we have touched upon the basic tab, so you can see the same saturation tab is available, slider is available in the basic tab also. So then why do we need that another Hsl saturation over here? The only basic difference here is that when we try to adjust the vibrance and saturation of the image with this basic tab, the overall saturation will get impacted in the image. So this is what we call as a global adjustment. So if you want to have the local adjustments or a very precise adjustment for any specific color, so that is the reason why this Hsl color tab is available in the Lightroom. So with this tab, we can individually target the color, and we can adjust the hue, saturation, and luminance for that particular color. So the first tab is the hue tab. So as I mentioned, so this is the default layout. Now suppose if I want to make the image really very surreal, or which is a false color image, what we can say. So if I want to adjust, say, green per se, so you can see the green changes what are happening in the background. Or suppose if I want to adjust the yellow, so this is also impacting the greens, and you can see the overall color shift happens very abnormally. So we can make the image look very surreal. And if we want to make this lapse or this particular colors to again reset to 0, you can just double click on the label, and this will get reset to the original values. Now the next tab available is the saturation tab. So the saturation is something like, if we want to adjust only, let's take an example, I just want to adjust the orange color. So by sliding the slider of the orange color to the right, you can see the color is getting saturated. If I slide it to the left, you can see the color is getting desaturated. So you can see that wherever the orange color is available in the image, so those got desaturated and the rest of the color remained as it is. So this is what we can do. Now suppose if I want to adjust only yellows, you can see the yellows are only getting impacted. None other color is getting impacted in this image. At the same time, now when we move on to the luminance, the luminance is nothing but the brightness value of the color, what we can say. So suppose if I want to adjust the luminance of the orange color, you can see how the colors are getting brightened. Same is with the red. So if I move on the red, so there is very little impact of the red in this color. So if I want to adjust the color of the yellows, so yellows are also getting impacted in the overall image. And now you can see that by moving the sliders, we can make the local adjustment for this particular colors, and we can add little bit depth to this image. So if at all now you want to reset everything, so what are the tab in that? Now if you have moved so many sliders, so clicking on each and individual slider and resetting it may be cumbersome. So what we can do is that we can simply double click on this header of this particular tab, and everything will get reset. So this is one of the view what we can say. Now, same like if you remember that when we have touched upon the tone curve, and you can see the donut is available here to do the local adjustment more precisely. Similarly, in the hue also we have the donut available. And now when I enable this tool, now suppose if I want to adjust the green color, you will see that there is a plus sign and it is showing me the arrow up and down. So if I, for example, if I bring it here and want to adjust the color over here, if I press the left key of the mouse, this symbol will vanish. Now I'll just explain that if I'm moving the slider to the up mouse to the upward, you will see that the orange and yellows are getting impacted. If I start moving it to down, you'll see the colors are getting more to the minus side. So this is about the hue. Okay, now again if I move on to the saturation, so you can see still the tool is on. If I make it, try to move it up, you will see that the colors are getting saturated. If I try to move it down, you will see that the colors are getting desaturated. And see how the local adjustment is happening over here. And I'm just dragging the mouse up and down, and you can see the slider is moving from the center towards either to the left or towards to the right. So this is how the targeted adjustments can be done. And same thing is with the luminance. Now suppose if I want to increase the luminance of this green, so I'll just drag the mouse upwards and you will see that the color has changed. So this is how this hue, saturation, and luminance can be used in basically enhancing the colors of an image and adding depth to the image. I'm just resetting all the sliders now. Now, as I mentioned that there is another layout view what is available. Now, if you click it on all, you'll see that hue, saturation, and luminance are lined up one below another. So you don't have to switch between hue, saturation, and luminance tab individually. So based on your convenience, you can now play with the colors and adjust the colors one after another. And all this hue, saturation, luminance can be managed within the single layout. Now one more thing, one more type of layout what is available is that now you can see that HSL is now highlighted. Now if I click it on color, you'll see that all the colors are now basically, you can see the circle colors are available and now only the red is selected. Now if I select the last circle for all, you will see that all the colors are lined up one after other, and for each color you will see that hue, saturation, and luminance. So now this may be convenient for some users that, for example, if they just want to play with the orange color and adjust hue, saturation, and luminance, so they can easily do and adjust the all the three attributes at the same time. So this is about the last layout what we have. So one more thing now what we can learn about this HSL color is that suppose if you want to make the image black and white. So let's see what happens. So we need to go to the basic tab and you can see the black and white over here. So we'll just make this image black and white. And now you can see that this the tab which was below tone curve, earlier it was HSL/color, now it has become B and W, that is black and white. Now if you open up this black and white tab, you will see that now rest of the hue, saturation, and luminance has vanished, and we can see the only black and white mix, that is for the rest of the colors what we already had. So at the bottom of this tab, you will see that there is something called as an auto button. So if you click on the auto, the Lightroom will think whatever is the best possible and try to adjust the luminance values for the each color. But many a times you may feel that they are not as per your expectation. So usually I don't work with the auto functionality of the Lightroom for this factor. So let's reset it. And now we can individually adjust the colors as per our requirement, and you can now make the targeted adjustments for each color what you wanted to have. And this is how you can adjust all the luminance values for each colors. So you can see this before and you can see this after. So same like the hue, saturation, and color attributes what you have seen in Hsl Color. So here in this B and W, that is black and white also, we can do the targeted color adjustments. Now same by dragging the mouse and by enabling the tool what we have just seen. So you can see how we can make the adjustments. Now if you want to just enhance the luminance values of the greens, you can simply drag the way we want, and you can make it darker or you can make it lighter. So this is simply about the Hsl Color and black and white tab what is available in Lightroom to enhance our image, and very beautiful tool and very precise controls can be achieved with this sort of tab. So that's it for this video, and I hope this video was useful for you. So if you have any comments or any questions, please feel free to put your questions or comments in the comment box. Before you end up this video, I would like to request everyone watching this video to please subscribe my channel if you have not subscribed, and hit the bell icon so that you get the notification for the videos which will be uploaded in future. So that's it for today. Thank you so much. Bye bye.